Hello guys, this is Suyesh here, and now we are starting in the section of our another subject, that is pharmacology, and we will be starting with the first lecture, that is the first video, and the topic is actually the first and a basic topic in the medical field. If you are, you must know the administrations of the drug, the ways in which you will perform the administrations of the drug inside the body. Okay, so this is actually the first topic of our pharmacology. If we go through the book, that is KD Tripathi, so it is the first chapter in that book. So, and is the basic part you should know in your whole medical life, the root of the drugs. Okay, so let's start with the first topic, that is the roots of the drug administration. By the name it is clear, I have told you. So now in this section we will be having actually two routes, that is we can give the drug in the form of two ways. Okay, so two ways. What are the two ways? First way is a local, and the second one is your systemic. Okay, so we'll be discussing in this video, we'll be discussing the basics, only the roots, and in the next video we'll be taking each root in detail, what are the advantages, okay, what drugs, the common drugs which you give orally, rectally, intravenously. Okay, so advantage, disadvantages of each root we will be discussing in later videos. Okay, in this video we're discussing this chart actually. Clear? So first of all, let's start with the local. Let's start with the local pathway. Okay, local route. So local meaning is generally localized lesions, any type of lesion which is localized. In that lesions we actually use the local route. Okay, so in this case there is minimal systemic absorption. So the drug is absorbed very less in the bloodstream, okay, as compared to the systemic route. Okay, so minimal or absent systemic absorption. Clear? So under this we have actually two ways, that is we can give topical means on the surface, and deeper means inside any particular area but in the deeper tissues. Okay, so in the topical, first of all we have to discuss in which places we can give. Actually we can give in skin, topical area, we can also give in mucous membrane. Okay, and if we go for, like, you can give an ear also, ear canal, nasal canal. Okay, anal way you can also give. So the topical meaning is that you can in the form of like powders, ointments. Okay, and nasal sprays can also be given through nasal canal. So any type of infections are there in anal, so you can put ointment there. Okay, any type of powder you can, so those areas comes under the topical route. Clear? So these are actually the topical place on the surface. And what happens in the deeper tissues? So deeper tissues are actually further, it has three different ways. First is intra-arterial, second is intrathecal. Okay, second is intrathecal. Third one is actually your intra-articular. So I'm explaining where it will be actually the drug will be administered. Intra-arterial means you can be it will be actually supplying in some specific arteries to administer the drug inside a specific organ. Okay, so intra-arterial, like you have malignancies in like in the digits you have, so then you will actually digits, or in the leg also, in the ankle region or in the foot. So in that case you will administer the drug inside your brachial artery for the arms, and for the femoral artery for the malignancies in the limb regions or in the foot regions. So that is the meaning for the particular area. Okay, intrathecal is actually the areas which are actually innervated by the nerves. Okay, so nerves meaning actually in the CSF. Okay, so actually inside the spinal fluid, CSF, because if you give the oral drugs, so they have to pass the blood brain barrier, so there will be a delayed in the absorption, so we use the route of intrathecal. Okay, thecal it is also called, or intraventricular also, another name is intraventricular. And intra-articular means inside the joint, like in the knee joint you have to give. So these comes actually inside the deeper tissues, like hydrocortisone, it is a glucocorticoid, so that you administered through intra-articular way, so those comes inside the deeper tissues section. Okay, so these are actually the local sections, means a local route in which we have the topical we give through skin, mucous membrane, ear canal, and eye drops also, we can also give eye drops. So all this topical, and the deeper comes inside the local route. Okay, now what happens in the systemic route? Now let's move on to the second route we have. Now systemic route actually is the absorption inside the bloodstream, the drug which are absorbed inside the bloodstream. Okay, so in systemic we'll be having a two ways. Okay, two ways. Enteral means inside the GIT, through GIT you can say, through GIT means it will be crossing your GIT system. The drug will be passing through the GIT system. All the absorption, metabolism, everything that will be done through the GIT system. Now parenteral means away from GIT. So administration of drug will be away from GIT. Par meaning is away from GIT. So par meaning here is away from GIT. So drug that will be administrating, it will be not through the alimentary canal or GIT. It will be away from GIT. That is in the periphery. We'll be administrating the drug from the periphery. So in parenteral we'll be having two routes, means two ways. That is, we are dividing into two ways. That is injectable through injections and non-injectables. But they also come in the parenteral route. So we are dividing into two categories, that is injections and without injections. Okay, we'll be discussing later on. So now let's move on to the enteral route. So in the enteral route, the basic route, the commonest route and the most oldest route is the oral route. Okay, and very cheapest and non-invasive also and effective also. Clear? So first route, the oral basic route, you take the tablets, capsules. Okay, so different basic tablets you are taking comes in the oral route. Okay, so it is the most common route of drug administration. Clear? Now second comes like oral, the upper opening. Now the lower opening we have the rectal. So from rectal we can also give some drugs. So we have to take the precautions to which drugs are irritant, so they can cause some irritation inside the anal mucosa and in that area. So some drugs are contraindicated through rectal routes. Clear? So actually we give, if we talk about like diazepam we actually give in children through rectal routes. So rectal routes are actually performed in the persons who are unconscious or who are vomiting. Okay, so we can't use the oral route, so we perform the rectal route for the patients with vomiting or unconscious. So in that case we perform actually the rectal route as a secondary route. Okay, and third comes your sublingual route, is a rapid route, rapid absorption in the buccal mucosa actually. So in this case you put the tablets or below the, means under the tongue, and from there it actually absorbed in the buccal mucosa and through the smaller veins which are present under the tongues, and then it directly affects your organs, reaches your organs like heart and lungs. Okay, so the perfect examples we have actually your nitroglycerin we actually give through sublingual route, the person who are having a instant anginal pain or heart pain. So it is the DOC, that is drug of choice for anginal pain. Okay, clear? So angina we give, so that is why the person who is suffering from heart diseases are recommended to have a nitroglycerin inside his or her house. Okay, so in the emergency case you can give this nitroglycerin. So they are given through sublingual route. Okay, and one of the point is that if your pain is gone, then you can throw or spit out the tablet which you are kept in under the tongue. Okay, so main advantage for this is also that the drug can be clear. So this is the three routes of the enteral. Now when we move on to the parenteral, I have told you away from GIT. So away from GIT meaning if you will be inserting the drug not through the mouth or rectal route or sublingual route. Okay, so we are going through the injection or non-injection routes. So injectable routes we have subcutaneous route first, second is intramuscular route IM, and third is also a widest used route is intravenous, and next comes your intradermal. Okay, so out of this four we have the 100% bioavailability of intravenous route, 100% bioavailability of intravenous route. The meaning is that if you insert the drug through intravenous route, the 100% that if you give 100 mg of drug through IV, so 100 mg of drug will be absorbed in the bloodstream. Okay, So there is no first pass metabolism. We will discuss in later videos what is first pass metabolism in the topic of absorption. Okay, so here just keep the concept that if you give the drug 100 mg, so 100 mg will be effective. Okay, so but in the case of oral, some part is absorbed through liver for detoxification. Okay, so out of 100, sometimes 80% is left. Okay, so 20% is detoxified. Okay, in the first pass metabolism. So this is the most effective route, the intravenous route, because you are giving the blood directly into the systemic circulation. Okay, so the main point here, 100% bioavailability and fastest absorption. Clear? So subcutaneous you will giving below the dermis and epidermis. Okay, subcutaneous layer where your nerves and vessels are actually present, nerves and vessels, there you will, and absorption will be very slow. Muscular, the deepest layer. Okay, and the muscles you will be administrating, venous and the veins. Okay, and intradermal below the epidermis and dermis. Okay, inside the dermis you will be actually administrating. First layer is skin, then comes your epidermis, then comes your dermis, then comes your subcutaneous tissue, then comes your muscle. So dermis will be intradermal, subcutaneous route, muscle. Okay, and vein will be present here in the subcutaneous level, so here will be IV. Okay, so these are the 4 routes we will be inserting through injections. Okay, done. We will discuss later in detail all the advantage, disadvantage and some of the examples of the drugs in the later videos. Now non-injectable routes, so you can give through nasal also. Okay, nasal, some drugs you can put through nasal, and from there small blood capillary they will absorb into the systemic circulation. Inhalation routes we actually use for local or general anesthetic drugs. Okay, like nitrous oxide we use for the anesthesias. Okay, and from there you inhale and they are directly the effect is you can see the effect. And transdermal is actually the patches which you put on the skins. Okay, from there the how much the drug the body requires is actually released slowly. Okay, so this is the way called as transdermal. And injectable, there are some routes also like intraosseous, intraperitoneal. Okay, and intramedullary also. So these are not so popular or common routes, but the names you can remember: through bone, through peritoneal cavity, through medulla. Okay, so I think this is the basics, and in the later videos we will be discussing in detail the antral routes, the injectable routes in detail, subcutaneous, intramuscular, everything. Okay, so I think this is the first video. So if you like the video, do share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.